1. Hook. Imagine it's 2 a.m. Your app is down, customers are angry, and you're the only one awake. How do you fix this AWS issue fast? The main problem? You need to find the root cause quickly and efficiently. With AWS, the issues can stem from various sources: networking, permissions, or even service limits. 3. The simple explanation: debugging in AWS requires a structured approach. It's not just about looking for errors. It's about understanding the entire architecture and knowing where to check first. Here's a simple way to think about it: what exactly is wrong? What logs or metrics can help? What do the data points indicate? Make the fix, then verify. 4. Real-world example. Let's look at a real-world incident. A startup used AWS for their e-commerce platform. At 2 a.m., they experienced a sudden spike in traffic. Their EC2 instances were overwhelmed, and the application started throwing 500 errors. The team had set up auto-scaling, but it wasn't configured correctly. They had a minimum of 2 instances and a maximum of 4, with a scaling policy set to add 1 instance if CPU utilization exceeded 70%. However, when traffic surged to 80%, their instances were overwhelmed before new ones could spin up. The app went down for 45 minutes, resulting in lost revenue estimated at $10,000 and dozens of frustrated customers. The takeaway? Their auto-scaling settings needed fine-tuning. They should have lowered the CPU threshold to 60% and increased the maximum instances to handle unpredictable traffic. 5. What to do instead? Here's how to approach AWS debugging in a structured manner. Step 1. Identify the symptom. What error messages are being thrown? Are there specific services affected? Check your monitoring tools for alerts. Step 2. Gather data. Look at CloudWatch logs for the affected service. CPU, memory, and disk I/O. Are there any network ACLs or security group issues? Step 3. Analyze the data. Is CPU utilization high? Are there throttling errors in your logs? Are you hitting API request limits or resource quotas? Step 4. Make the fix. If it's a resource issue, scale up your instances or increase your limits. Adjust your auto-scaling policies based on the data you've gathered. If it's a configuration issue, modify the service settings directly. Step 5. Verify. After making changes, monitor your application closely. Use AWS CloudTrail to ensure the changes you made are reflected. Test your application functionality under load to confirm the fix. Step 6. Document the incident. Record what happened, how it was resolved, and what can be improved. Share this with your team to prevent future occurrences. 6. Common mistakes. Mistake 1. Ignoring CloudWatch alarms. Many teams set up alarms but forget to monitor them. Fix. Regularly review alarm thresholds and ensure they align with your expected usage patterns. Mistake 2. Not using tags effectively. Failure to tag resources makes it harder to identify issues. Fix. Implement a tagging strategy that includes purpose, owner, and environment for easy identification. Mistake 3. Overlooking permission issues. Sometimes, it's just a lack of permissions causing failures. Fix. Verify IAM roles and permissions for the services in question before diving deeper. Mistake 4. Failing to scale proactively. Waiting until an issue arises to scale is risky. Fix. Set up predictive scaling policies based on historical data trends to prevent overloading resources. Mistake 5. Lack of documentation. Not documenting the incident can lead to repeated mistakes. Fix. Create a post-mortem process after each incident to capture lessons learned and share them with the team. 7. Quick checklist. Before you dive into debugging, use this checklist. Check CloudWatch for alerts. Review CloudTrail logs for changes. Monitor instance metrics. Verify IAM permissions. Ensure auto-scaling is configured correctly. Document everything for future reference. 8. Summary plus CTA. Debugging AWS issues at 2 a.m. doesn't have to be panic-inducing. By following a structured approach and avoiding common mistakes, you can troubleshoot effectively and regain control over your cloud environment. Remember to review your alarms, tags, and documentation regularly. If you found this guide helpful, drop a comment below with your AWS experiences and don't forget to subscribe for more actionable tech insights. Bonus practical tip: If you're unsure what to pick, start with the simplest option that ships today. Then measure for 7 days, latency, errors, deploy time, and cost. Only upgrade when metrics force the decision, not fear. Quick recap: keep it simple, avoid over-engineering, and build the smallest thing that works. If you want a real demo or checklist, comment demo. Subscribe for practical AWS, DevOps, Docker, and Kubernetes lessons.